Did you see that? Pretty awesome skill there. Okay, we're going to continue. I've got hiccups. Great. Okay, we're going to continue on our theme of. Give me a second. Okay, hiccups and coughing. Not good. We're going to be doing a few touch-ups. So actually going to be getting music into this. Doing the music side, affecting the music volume. So to do this, we need to do a few things. Music volume is only 0 to 1, and it's decimal. So we need to change our slider value to be equal to this times 100. Dot. Yep. The problem like this is that this word to give us a decimal. We don't want a decimal. Actually, it won't, but it may not. But we'll still do it this way. To string. Make sure it's just okay. So I won't do anything, but now we'll get this. Okay. Oh freak! Wow. Oof. Next thing is we do wanna. Oops. Sorry about that. We do want to find this debug of ours. Options menu. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to go have a public audio sorry. Called source and the volume is equal to value. There we go, that should fix up our volume. I don't actually know where this is. So I'll have to find where the options menu is actually located. Okay. There you go, options menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to first create a empty. Let's call this music manager. I've got hiccups, I'm really sorry. And we're going to add an audio source to it. I'm actually like really sorry I've got hiccups. I mean, I just said didn't, I've got hiccups. Okay, so we'll just continue from here. It's like killing me. Okay, so let's continue from here. So we need to create a few scripts. We need to create our music manager, make sure there's no space bar because it doesn't like those, and you just want to create a background music. We might as well reload, why not? Check that everything's still working. We will format document. Oh. Okay, I've actually got the code right beside me, so I can do this. I'm actually going to do this first. Okay, so we're going to have public audio clip array called music, and then we're gonna have a public music manager called music manager, then a float of value. This is the only way we have the value there, the only reason, sorry. Is just so we can see what it is. Okay. So play random is just going to be, this is for our background music, so whenever there's no music, we'll do this. So we're just going to random dot range 1 and music dot length. Okay. Then we're gonna switch value, and we're just gonna do case 0, case 1, case 2. So we do want this to be this. I don't know why I didn't do it. I was like, I always question that every time that happens. Because I built it a second time, and I did change this, but every time I do it, I go, why is this working? Oh, because it's going to be initial, not initial, and it's going to be an integer. Okay. I'm going to get a bunch of my, let's find these. Where are they going to be? Probably under here. I'm going to find our, where did I put all my data? Oh, here's all my music. I probably should. Okay, then we'll just let them load. Okay, while that happens, we'll do this. Because, okay, 0, we go, hey. Actually, I'm stupid, I don't even need to do any of this. So, excuse me for that. And we're just going to say music manager dot play audio. I'll create this in a second. Music array of value. Okay, now let's go create what we need. So music manager is going to kind of be a bit more complex. This is only going to work for one source, and how it works in Unity is that each source is going to be a different audio, so like layers. But how it works is we'll just do this, restart. Is that I got a way to do it, but I'm not going to be doing it here. Mainly just because it's kind of weird, and it takes a long time to. I couldn't really explain it, so I'm just kind of setting up a few variables. Come on, hiccups. No, we don't want this side. That's the one I was thinking of. That's where you create more stuff. So, actually, I can show you. So what you do is, just listen for a second if you're not doing this. So you do this. Source, and then you do this. Then you go audio, and what you do is you go maybe another audio source. Maybe A, and then you got one of B and C. You go, hey, A is equal to B is equal to, and C is equal to source 2. And what will happen is that this will be the first source on the like here. It's for this one, and then you have your another one down here, and then your third one. So yeah, that's how that will work if you want to do that. but we're not doing that, so we'll just skip all those. And go to public wake, and then we're going to do, hey, if you're not created, which is when it loads, this will be true, then don't destroy you, right? So this thing will always be here, it will always exist, and created now equals true. And because how it works, static booleans or static variables are the same for all instances of this code. So for when this is done, it's not saved. It's not like a saved variable. So if you exit and create, come back in, created won't be equal to true. It will start out again as false. But if this gets changed to true, if my game's still running, if I'm still running the same piece of code, even if I've got 8 pieces of code, they'll all still have the same variable. They'll all still have the same boolean here. The reason I made it private is just so nothing else can activate this, just for safety, so no one can hack into it to muck things up if it ever happens. I doubt it will ever happen. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add an audio clip called music, and we're just going to say, hey, source dot stop, source dot clip is equal to music, source dot play. That's very necessary. This doesn't need to be public. If audio dot is playing, the music restart dot play random. Yeah, I had an empty else statement in there, but that's not needed. So I'll go for this code quickly. Essentially, we're saying, hey, if you're not created, then don't destroy yourself. Else, if you are created, I've already explained what static are, then destroy yourself. So this will basically mean so one of these will always exist, but nothing more. So if you come up, the main reason for this is if you have one in your main menu, or you have one on multiple, like maybe levels. If you go back to the level that originally was created, it'll create another one of it. So thus you'll have 2 running. So especially if you're going back to your main menu and stuff, you'll constantly create new ones. So you kind of want to have this code in there to stop that happening. Play audio, what's doing is it's getting the audio source here, and it's stopping it, so it doesn't stop playing. And then it's changing its track. It's changing what it's playing, and then it's playing it again. And stop will, if I stop and start, it will just kind of act as a pause, but I believe it's also a pause one. Yeah. I believe stop will actually like kind of end the track completely, so there's nothing left. I guess you could also just go clip equals music then play, but I don't know whether or not that would just keep going on from like the seconds it was on the previous track, so we're just going to do this. And this will basically say, hey, if you're not playing any audio, it's not linked to anything, it's just saying, hey, if you're not playing any audio whatsoever, then random a range between all the tracks that we have, then play that. Yeah, we can do this. And then what we should be able to do is throw you on here, throw you on here, and should be able to do this for everything. And then, so let's say we got 3 tracks, and then since we got 3 music, we will create a quick folder for these. These are music that one of my friends was building. I'm using it for my game, so obviously, whatever it's called, where it's like you can't use it. Audio clip 1, audio clip 2. These don't matter what order they go in. Audio clip 3. I will just name these 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. and it should just, oh, I didn't realize I had to do them. That's fine, we'll just see it. So what it should do is, we've already set the music. We will be probably also doing, I can't tell whether or not it's how much it's done, which sucks. I've got 2 monitors, but I probably should be running for that. I'll just keep going and I'll split up the video if I need to. Okay, essentially, it will just kind of, I can show you the tracks for it, but we're just going to use one source. If you want to use multiple sources, you should use one for all your music, one for all your voiceovers, one for all your, if you're going to voiceover stuff, one for all your sound effects, one for everything that could happen at the same time as something else. So you could have background music at the same time that maybe someone's speaking, you could have background music at the same time that a gun's being shot, you could have all 3 together, right? So as long as all 3 of them can be together, you should be doing it. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So what should happen is as soon as we play it, music should stop playing. And then I'm just gonna crank these up. So just let me crank this up. Let me actually be able to crank this up. Should we be able to crank this up? It's actually on full. Okay, so let me just push up the music for you. Music is playing, it's just not allowing. It's like really soft. We are gonna actually finish track 2. So for example, let's say we'll just stop and start this one. Let's just quiet tracks. Same track. Same track. This one's a bit louder. This is our boss music. This should be on. We'll put this on 0.5. So it won't go up immediately on the right because of how it works, but if I move up a bit, you see it moves up. Yeah, so obviously 2 is quite quiet, so we're just gonna ignore that. And I'm wondering why 1 hasn't happened yet. It seems most likely that we do have a value of 0, so we actually should probably make this 0, and that will probably fix it, which is by. So sorry, I forgot that. I cut this music quite a bit. And so, press start. We go to the next screen. Music hasn't even paused, it just keeps going. So we can do whatever we want. I just changed the number to 2, 3, 4, 5, so I added a 5 to it because that's actually the maximum number you can have. Because it's like right at the bottom and that's the dot right there. If you can start. So that's the maximum number you can have, so that's the reason I made that. Which is kinda cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. To save data, I don't think it's really necessary. I would say it's kinda cool, but it's not something that's probably necessary. I just wanted to do the music. But I mean, if you want to show how to save data, you can. But there's a bunch of things to do it. It's actually pretty easy. You just look up player preferences. It's so easy though. I hate myself. Okay. Do I do it? Yeah, why not? It would take 10 seconds. Player option prefs. Why not? I will open this up. Reload. Why not? Yeah, save. Okay. Good. So we want public. Yes, we want to use Unity.ui. So you can go public slider, quote slider, and then we want a public toggle, and then we want a public input field. So now what we do is we go public voids awake, and a public void on application quit. I believe it's quit. So what you want to do is on quit, we want to say, hey, player prefs.set, and we want to set a float file slider, and we want to call it a key, and this key can be anything. We're just going to be calling this slider, alright? And then we want to set a value, which is going to be slider value, alright? And it's going to be the same thing for everything else. But this will instead be toggle, and this will be toggle.isOn, and this will actually be a boolean. Integer. This is gonna be different. We'll do this in a second, because there's actually a special thing that you can download. Set string. That allows you to do booleans and stuff, but obviously that doesn't work now. It's gonna be input field .text. And then on wake, we'll just do player prefs.set. Get string, which is going to be slider.value is equal to this, and we just want to get our slider value. Okay, these are stored on the computer, so if you're wondering how that works, it just is stored on the computer. So it means everyone will get their own unique that should be input. They'll only get their own unique settings, so it's not like a cloud setting that you can actually plug into a cloud. I believe you can't actually plug this into cloud. So I'm sorry if you want to plug this into cloud. Guess you could save the file and copy the file over, but even then it's a bit iffy, because it doesn't always work, because you need the computer name and stuff like that, so I don't think it will always work. These don't need to be public, but who cares, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do something called a and basically an if statement. If player prefs.get integer of toggle dot 1 is equal to 1, we're going to count that as on, so we're going to say, hey, toggle.isOn is true, else toggle.isOn equals false. And then we're just going to do, hey, if toggle.isOn is true, then player prefs.set int of toggle is 1. So that I will put that in, and then we can go else player dot set int of toggle is 0. Yeah, we don't even need this. This could be any number. We're just looking for 1 and saying that isn't 1. Now this should work. Yeah, remember always format your document. Then we just can put this option press maybe in, I don't know, why not option menu, that'd work. Then we just need slider, toggle field, input field. And then what we should be able to do now is we should be able to, it's no music, because everything will be set to 0. So we can turn, let's say we're going to keep go off, maybe, and we're just going to say moo cow new yeah. I believe you, actually it shouldn't matter whether or not you keep it in. I press back, we exit, the application is thus quit. I normally have a message that says quit, but obviously it hasn't. Everything's saved. Even if I just do this, it will be saved too. Oh, obviously that's not a good example. But if let's say bring this down, and go on, maybe say my numbers, press this and turn it back on, you'll be surprised and see that everything stayed the same. So that's just a quick way to do player preferences. Maybe teaches you a bit about how to do booleans. This is the best way to do booleans, to do a initial integer of 1 and something that isn't 1. Since you're not actually adding to it, you're just setting it. It's kind of hard to add onto it. I probably should have not had Steam open. It's probably not the smartest addition. You'll see my stream there. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoy. There'll be a bunch more stuff maybe to do with like the text. There's a bunch of cool stuff I thought of that I can do of the dice and stuff, how to like pass information. We'll be going over that a bit later. So see you then.